It's August 26th, and I am back to share with you all some things that we work on in the in my lesson plan video for the year. I mentioned some activities that the kids do and how I kind of checkpoint their scope and sequence to see the concepts that they are grasping, and a lot of that comes from using file folder games. So I know they seem kind of basic if you know what they are, but they do, they work well as far as helping them grasp things. A great complement or supplement. So this is a book, and you can get them from pretty much anywhere. File folder games, just they come in books. You can get them off of certain educational websites. I think Pinterest, just all kinds of places. This book I happened to find at the thrift store a couple of years ago. I actually have two of them of this particular one for a dime. And so this one is a K book, and this is book 2. So there's book 1, there's first grade, second grade, and so on. And they are learning classification, numerical order, beginning and ending sounds, alphabetical order, and more. So as you can see, $18.99. But if you look around, more often than none, you can find them. This one's put out by Carson, and you can find them. I can show you. This one, it happens to be not colored already. You can color them yourself or let the kids color them. They gives you a title, the skill, classification by color, what the game includes, how to make it, and how to play it. So let me show you what I've been working on. Here is, go back a little bit. Okay, here's one I need to finish for the little ones, the snail trail. So basically it's visual discrimination shape sequence, and tells you for durability, laminate. And yes, I do recommend laminating, especially if you're using this for multiple children, you want it to last. You can print them on cardstock if you like, but pretty much once you laminate them, they're going to hold up for the duration of time. So, there's that grass. And so basically what they do is they look at the snail and they find the grass. That one happens to match, and they would put it in this little slit in the pocket. And so just tons and tons. I said a lot of these, some of them are already made from the other books, so that's why they're not colored. But yeah, let me show you. Here we have, this one is ABCs, and here's everything all laid out. And I put there how to match upper and lowercase letters, and then on the back, here are the pieces. Now this keeps the pieces together. You can use Ziploc bags or whatever, but this works out well because they don't lose the pieces if they're already, mounted on the back. So this one happens to be from the Mailbox magazine. It's just like it's just a sheet that I put on a poster board. So what's inside, and then sounds, and then here's the little pieces back there. So these, let's see, geometric shapes. Here's another one. I can't remember where I got this one from, but We haven't done this one. Well, yeah, we have, just a little bit. And then here's, I've got your number. And basically they are using a spinner to take turns. Or you could use a spinner. I think it also says you can use a coin or checker to cover the word set for what's on the spinner. So different ways to cover it, but it does work. And then the Zany Zoo. This one, they have to match the animal heads. So they have a lot of fun. And then they also will take them and mix them up on purpose just to see what kind of silly looking animal they can get. So this is great for even a 1-year-old can get this. You know, some of them. Just different, there you go, there's the alligator and concepts. Here's a counting game. And again, the pieces are in there. So they would just basically come in and count what's on there, and then on the back, you can, some of them I do it, some of them I don't. You can put the numbers if they have trouble, you know. But I pretty much want them to be able to count and match that way. So, that. We have Moose on the Loose. This one is alphabetical order. Find the letter that comes after. So we have W. Find the letters that come before and after the letter on each moose. Okay. Then we have haunted numbers. And they basically have to match the pumpkin. Okay. So this one requires a little more skill because they have to, you know, there's no dot, or it's not 3 pumpkins, it's only 1. So maybe for kinder first grade, they can grasp that. And then here's Don't Lose Your Head. This is another one. They just match the animal, the color to the top of the animal. Okay. Then we have numerical order. Find the missing number for each row. So they would look for the number 4. They would look for number 8. And just pretty much, there we go. Let's see, one that's 10. There we go. So that's how that would go. And this one is snowman sequence, and they just have to be able to build a snowman, which they love. Frozen wise, and it basically tells what happened after the sun comes out. It starts to melt, and yeah, so that's that one. Then we have Gorilla Grub, and they really like this one. It's classification, so you have breakfast food and you have lunch and dinner food. So on the back, you look in the pocket and find these two happen to be lunch or dinner foods, and they would match it there. And there's pictures like eggs and toast and bacon and chicken and hamburgers. So they really like feeding the gorilla. And at Target, they have sometimes these placemat games, and these are really great too. You put them on the table and just let them, play. Keeps them busy for a while, and they're two-sided. So, cool deal. There's another one. And subtraction, and then more. These are big placemat games, and so this one is beginning sounds. So they would match the, what is that? A kite and K sound. And then this one is all aboard the Bow Wow boat. And they have to match, so it would be 1 dog, 2 dog, 3 dog, and so on. So there's the dogs, the little cards, and then we have the flower baskets. Little spider. To match the cards to the basket in order, and this one is another a sequencing game. So she's baking cookies. I'm not going to take all of them out, but that's basically what it is. They have to start to finish put the story in order. And then this one is spin a letter to find the bubble picture to match, turn the card over and check. So can't remember where I found this one. Spin it, and there's the T, and then they put it in the bathtub. So also LPF file folder games. This one's 3 and up. At the Dollar Tree. I don't particularly like these because they're really flimsy, and I don't even think this one has the pieces anymore, but even if I had laminated it, it wouldn't have held up. So yeah, this was monster match. Find all of the matching monsters, so it was pairs, 2 sets of monsters, or a set of monsters. But they're there, and they have them, age appropriate and different, like science, math, language arts, like that. This one is 4 and up. It's called Go Dish. And I think there's instructions and something about they have to match the things, and they can play, 2 players can play this game. So, like I said, I don't particularly like these. I just picked them up because I wanted to see what they were about, but I prefer to make my own. Yeah, these are so great on, rainy days, or just, we use them for centers. So, the kids need some downtime. They can go and get them during transition time. We just use them for all kinds of things, but the concepts are what I like, and they're easy to reinforce. So something as simple as this can be great homeschooling. You don't have to be really elaborate when looking for activities. Not a whole lot of printing. You don't have to do a whole book, but I'm not, a worksheet person. I don't like to waste all that paper and ink, you know, at all. It's just unnecessary. And these you can reuse over and over again. So, if you guys enjoyed, and I will be back.